Welcome all. Today we are going to learn a topic related to our health and hygiene. Every day we perform various activities like waking up, doing our daily activities, studying, going out, doing some help to our parents, doing our regular studies. All these we'll perform. But sometimes, because of any tiredness or weakness, we feel uncomfortable in doing these works. Why do we feel uncomfortable in doing these works? Because of not functioning the body properly. Like how we perform various activities daily, in our body also various organs which are present, they perform many activities like digestion, excretion, circulation, all these. The body performs many activities like this. And all these activities which are performed in our body, they are interconnected. For example, the food which we eat, it gets digested in the digestive system. If that food is not absorbed and sent to each and every part of the body cannot produce energy, or the cells they cannot produce energy, because of which we feel tired. Like that, after the digestion process, some various wastes are generated. After the process of digestion, various wastes are generated which should be sent out from the body. If this excretion process does not takes place properly, all those wastes they accumulate in the body and turn into poisonous substances. So, the regular activities which we perform and our body organs and organ systems perform, they need energy to do all these. How do we get energy from the food we eat? The cells and tissues, when they get enough nutrients and energy, then only they will function properly. When this is not happens, it is referred as ill health. When we about to know the word health, or when we are about to know the actual meaning of health, is it is a state of complete physical, mental and social well-being. According to World Health Organization, health is a state of complete physical, mental and social well-being. It is not merely the absence of disease. Health is a state of complete physical, mental and social well-being. Whatever the physical activities are performed by us, they should be carried out regularly without any disruption. Like that, the way we think, it should be in a healthy manner. The way of thinking, what only doing good things, avoiding bad things, all these thinking about the things which we do, it refers to the mental health. And social well-being means, with our neighbors, with our classmates, with our teachers, we should behave in a polite way. We should behave in a polite way. All these represent the state of health, which is a complete physical, mental and social well-being. So all these are considered, all these ways, the health of all organisms will depend on the surroundings and their environment also. The environments include physical environment. The garbage which is dumped onto the streets, it results in foul smell and makes the environment polluted, which results or which causes ill health to us. So therefore, public cleanliness is very important for individual health of an organism. Like that, to survive or to lead a normal life, we should work. For doing work, we'll go to outside. So outside, with our neighbors, with our colleagues, with our friends, teachers, we should all behave in a proper manner, which resembles the social well being. So, in these ways, if we are physically fit, if we are mentally fit, and if we are socially well being, then that condition of the health is said to be as health. A physical or functional change from a normal state that causes discomfort or disability affects the health of a person. That means regularly we'll perform various activities. If these activities are not performed by us, then it is said to be as ill health or disease. Disease can be developed because of any pathogens or disease causing microorganisms, or due to less intake of proper diet, or due to malfunctioning of body organs. Depending on the stage of life the person gets afflicted, diseases are of two types: congenital diseases and acquired diseases. Congenital diseases are inherited from the parents and they are not passed on from one person to another person. The diseases that are present from birth are called as congenital diseases. They are caused due to genetic abnormality or due to improper development of any body organs. For example, color blindness, thalassemia, hemophilia, all these are considered as congenital diseases. Acquired diseases, the diseases which are developed after the birth, are called as acquired diseases. These acquired diseases are of two types: communicable diseases and non communicable diseases. Communicable diseases are the diseases which can be passed or which can spread from infected person to a healthy person either directly or indirectly. These communicable diseases are also called as infectious diseases. Diseases like cholera, typhoid, polio, rabies, malaria, amoebiasis, all these, they are considered as infectious diseases or communicable diseases. Non communicable diseases, the diseases which cannot spread from one person to another person, or the diseases which are not caused even by microorganisms or pathogens, they are called as non communicable diseases. These diseases are caused because of improper functioning of any of the body organs. The diseases which are caused because of improper functioning of body organs, those are referred as non communicable diseases or non infectious diseases. Non communicable diseases are diabetes, heart problems, kidney disorders, vitamin and mineral deficiency diseases. Congenital diseases are also fall in the category of non communicable diseases. Hemophilia is a disease which occurs due to genetic disorders. The genetic disorders among humans, it was discovered. This hemophilia disease is also referred as royal disease, as Queen Victoria of England, she is known as a carrier of the gene which causes hemophilia. She carried that gene which causes hemophilia to her descendants. So, this disease is called as royal disease also. In detail about communicable diseases. Communicable diseases are the diseases which are caused by microorganisms. Microorganisms which cause diseases, they are referred as germs or pathogens. Microorganisms like bacteria, fungi, viruses, and protozoa are pathogens that cause diseases like cold, influenza, malaria, chickenpox, measles. mumps, cholera, typhoid, etc. These microorganisms they cause these diseases through agents like air, water, food, insects, or even by direct contact also. These diseases are spread from a sick person to healthy person. The diseases which are caused by different pathogens, their modes of transmissions, and what type of symptoms they exhibit during the disease or during the attack of the microorganisms, we'll see. Various diseases are caused by these pathogens. Bacteria causes diseases like whooping cough, cholera, tuberculosis, botulism, plague, diphtheria, etc. Viruses they cause diseases like chickenpox, polio, hepatitis, AIDS, rabies, influenza, measles, mumps, etc. Fungi they cause diseases like food poisoning, athlete's foot, ringworm, etc. Protozoans they cause diseases like malaria, sleeping sickness, amoebic dysentery, etc. And even some worms which live in our intestines and other parts they cause diseases like ascariasis, elephantiasis, teniasis, etc. Now we'll see about the bacterial, viral and fungal diseases, their modes of transmissions, which organs or how the effect will be, and with what symptoms we can recognize these diseases. Bacterial diseases. Diseases like tuberculosis, typhoid, cholera, diphtheria, botulism are caused by bacteria. Tuberculosis, it is transmitted by air. The part of the body gets affected are lungs. Symptoms: coughing and chest pain. Symptoms they vary for other parts also. Typhoid, it is also bacterial disease caused by taking contaminated food and water, or even with direct contact of contaminated feces. Parts affected are stomach and intestine. The symptoms are stomach pain, loss of appetite, that means we don't feel hungry to eat anything, constipation, severe stomachache, cough, and headache. Cholera, it is transmitted by taking contaminated food and water. The parts get affected are stomach and intestine. Symptoms: vomiting, diarrhea, extreme thirst, and muscle cramps, pain in muscles. Botulism, it is transmitted by improperly canned foods. The food which are packed in cans, if they are not properly canned, if any bacterial growth occurs in the canned food items, it transmits the disease botulism. The part of the body gets affected is nervous system in this disease. Symptoms are dizziness or drowsiness, muscular weakness. Sometimes the muscles even they don't work and they it falls in a condition to paralysis and severe pain or fatigue in the body parts. Diphtheria is a disease which is caused through air droplets and use of articles used by an infected person. The parts get affected are throat and the trachea or windpipe. Symptoms: severe throat pain, fever, hoarseness or coarse voice, and nasal discharge. Now, the viral diseases. Influenza viral disease, it spreads through air droplets. The affected part in the body is the respiratory tract, upper respiratory tract mainly. Symptoms: fever, body aches. Poliomyelitis, it is disease caused by taking contaminated food, water, infected with the feces of a sick person, and it may cause through the direct contact from person to person also. The body part gets affected is nervous system. Symptoms: irreversible paralysis or dysfunctioning of the limbs. After the virus attack, the nervous system in the limbs it do not work properly, and because of that the limbs they do not function properly. Hepatitis mode of transmission is through contaminated food and water. Even the blood of infected person it transmits the disease, and the needles which are used by the infected person if they are used through the direct contact of the needles also this disease transmits. Parts get affected is liver. Symptoms: fever, nausea, drowsiness, headache, pain in the liver, reddening of hands and feet. Commonly, this hepatitis disease is called as jaundice. Chickenpox disease is transmitted through the direct contact with infected person or through air droplets also. The affected part is skin. Onset of this disease: itchy rashes with pink spots and blisters that dry and become as scabs after 4 to 5 days we can observe on the skin. During this disease, fever will be also present. Common cold. It transmits through air droplets. The affected part is upper respiratory system. Running nose, headache, dry throat, and watery eyes are the symptoms for common cold. Measles. It is also transmitted through droplet infection by coughing and sneezing or spitting in open areas. The affected part is skin. The symptoms are running nose, watery eyes, sore throat, dry cough with fever, and on the skin, whitish spots appear on the inner walls of the cheeks also. Red rashes appear first on the neck and then they spread to the whole body. Fungal diseases, ringworm. It spreads or transmits through the direct contact. The affected part is skin. Rashes on the skin, which are in red color. Patches also may develop into blisters. Patches may be redder in the outer edges and resemble like a ring. Even this kind of disease is found in between the fingers of the foot, which is called as athlete's foot. The development of a whitish layer on the pickles or on the foot can be observed, which is caused because of the fungal growth. This is referred as food poisoning by fungal growth. I hope all of you understood the topic well. Thank you all.